Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Inshallah, we will wait for other sisters to join in. Okay, we will begin in another 2 minutes. If you all have any queries regarding to the previous sessions, that is until chapter 7, natural lengthening, mat tabi'i, you can post down all your queries. Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. We did last class revision of al-ghunna. We had 4 ranks, levels of ghunna, then lam sakina rules, which is alif lam al, and the other al, which lam sukun, which appears in the middle. For example, if a word is ending in lam sukun, we saw that we have to do idgham if the next letter is lam or ra, because the makhraj is very close for both of them. And we saw there were some exceptions, and you would notice this clearly in Musaf, how when you see a sukun on the alphabet, on any alphabet, for example, if lam is a sukun, just recite the lam. If lam is not to be recited, it will be empty and the next letter will have a shadda. Okay, one second, let me see. So if your I hope that is better. If your lam has a sukun in the musaf, then you have to recite lam, say al or hal or bal. But if your lam is not to be recited, it will be empty. The next letter, the next alphabet will have a shadda, so you know that you have to join to that and skip the lam. That will be idgham. So lam sukun will be izhar, and if it is not, then it will be idgham. Then we started with al-mudud, mad. We saw that in mad, the basic mad is the lengthening of the fatha by alif sakina, lengthening of kasra by ya sakina, and lengthening of dhamma by waw sakina. That's 2 counts, a, u, e. And then we saw that this is the basic mad. Other than that, all mad that we are going to see, it is divided. Mad, generally the whole of mad can be divided into 2 broad branches, which is, one is the natural mad, which is known as mad tabi'i, ta, bi, ba, ya, bi, and i, ain, ya, i, mad tabi'i. And next is mad far'i. So mad tabi'i is the natural mad. What is the condition is, before that you should not have a hamza, and after it, which is the after the natural mad, you should not have a sukun. Why? Because this comes under far'i. Far'i is the mad which is caused by either hamza or sukun. So those are all covered in that branch. So that is why here it will just be basic mad, and you should remove out the far'i mad from here, which is if the mad is preceded by hamza. Like for example, hamza fatha alif a, hamza dhamma waw u, and hamza kasra ya e. This all is mad far'i, so it should not be in mad tabi'i. It will no longer be mad tabi'i. Then we saw that in this there are 2 more things which follow the same rule of mad tabi'i. What is the rule of mad tabi'i? It's 2 counts, and you say a, u, e, 2 counts. Who follow the same rule? One is mad sila as-sughra, and one is mad iwad. Mad iwad is the easy one. It's just where you have 2 fatha known as tanween fatha. When you're going to stop on tanween fatha, what do? You do not say an. You will just say fatha and alif, a, and you will stop. Like gharqan, you will recite that. If I'm going to stop, I will recite gharqa, 2 counts. So that is called a substitute mad, mad iwad. It's not actually a mad, but you are substituting a mad when you stop. This applies only to tanween fatha. And when you are going to continue, then you will say gharqan, so the an sound is coming, so noon sakina rules will apply. Then it will no longer be a mad. That's why it's just a substitute mad. So this again, it's 2 counts, so it's following the pattern of mad tabi'i. And again, there is no ya rule here and no waw. It's only for tanween fatha. Then mad sila sughra, this has e and u, both of them. It doesn't have an a, it's just e or u. You will see a small waw or small ya. When does it apply? When it has the hair pronoun. Which is the hair pronoun? if you learn pronouns, huwa means he, but when I want to say his book, I will, like, he is a boy, this is his book. One word is he and one word is his. So in same thing, even in Arabic, he and his is different. He is huwa, but when I want to say his is put as a suffix to the word. At the end of a word, it's written as ha. Just show you here. For example, this kita, this is the word, and who means his. So this is a suffix, it's added at the end, it means his book. So whenever this comes, okay, the condition is before it there should be a haraka. So over here the previous word is mutaharrik means an alphabet with an haraka, and even if the next alphabet has an haraka, it can be any haraka, fatha, kasra, dhamma, anything, then what will happen is this who you will recite like 2 counts. You will see a small wow down. That small wow notes that this is a mad wow, you have to take it to 2 counts. So this is known as a mad sila sogora. Sogora is small. Small, why? Because it's 2 counts. Because we will see again another one where you have a mad sila kubra as well. That's a big one that extends to more than 2. But for now here you should remember it is following mad tabi'i rule, so it will be 2 counts. Sometimes what happens is because of some reason, like for example, when I say fi kitab, I will not say fi kitab bahu. It will not be, it will be fi kitab. This will go away and it will become bi. In that will happen, the same will apply, but what will happen is instead of saying who, it will be be yeah, it will be written like this. It is not written like normal, yeah, it's written like this. So this is the rule for Matsila. So can or he, the who should be for it, and after it there are some so let me get still if you have it listening. So what will happen is the who and he will extend it to 4 rows. The exception is one is the word this in Arabic, okay, it's known as he, but switch this for each this masculine and feminine there are different words. Hadha means for masculine, but hadhihi is for feminine. So this also follows the sugura. This has, this is not that pronoun huwa hai. It doesn't mean his. It doesn't mean his. This Harry is one word. It cannot be a word, but still follow rufa sila sugura. And apart from that, there is one more exception where the rule doesn't apply, but as in the conditions are not met, but you have to apply the rule. And another place where the conditions apply yet you're not following the rule. And how would you know that? You would know that by that small wow, that small ya. So if you see the small wow or ya, you take it 2 counts. If you don't see it, then you don't. So that is why, if you use the Madani Mushaf, it's more easier because these rules there is a standard pattern how they are written in the Mushaf. So even if you don't know the rules, by these pictures you will know how to recite, and you will be reciting with the rules, inshallah, biznillah. So 68, let's begin. Bismillah. Rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wahlul 'uqdatan min lisani yafqahu qawli. Can you hear me now, or you're still having problem? Is the voice clear now? Okay, so the next is mad farai, which is the second half. In the first half, mad tabai, you just have the, you just have one basic mad, and there are two more rules which follow the basic mad. So mad tabai is just the basic mad, which is a, u, and e. Mad farai, you have things something more than that. Inshallah, on this as well, I will be sharing some charts on the page, so please be sure that you go through them. It will be easier for you all to learn, and you can as well make notes in your notebook. That helps a lot. When you yourself think and write, it will help you a lot. I'm beginning from page number 68. Mad farai, again you have two categories. Any clues, any ideas what can be those two categories? Something that we excluded from mad tabai. One is mad due to hamza and mad due to sukoon. If you want to learn the Arabic terms, mad will remain mad, al mad, and due to is sabab. Sabab is because of. So B is with. So bi sabab al hamza. So al madu bi sabab al hamza, wal madu bi sabab al sukoon. So there are two categories again in mad far'i. It's far and ayn and ya, far'i. What do you mean by mad far'i? It is a lengthening that has a longer timing. What was the mad tabi basic count? 2 counts, right? So mad far'i is longer. It's more than 2 counts. And why? Because of a hamza or because of a sukoon? If these mad letters are there without this hamza or sukoon ruling, then they will follow the normal 2 counts. But because of this hamza and sukoon ruling, they have to cross more than 2. And how and which one goes up to what, that we will see. Yes, mad due to hamza and mad due to sukoon, 2 categories in mad farai, which we will look into details now. That mad due to hamza will again have many parts. Like this is mad farai. One second. Farai will be mad due to hamza, mad due to sukoon, and here again there will be more parts. Due to hamza you have 4, and due to sukoon you have 3. Okay, three kinds of mad. Four kinds of mad. We will look into them one by one. Let's start mad due to hamza. One is known as mad al badal. You know the rule for mad tabi? Tell me, what is the rule for mad tabi? Mad badal is very simple actually. So here you will have 4, and here you have 3. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's your farai chart. But I'm not writing the names here because there isn't enough space, but I will share the image. We will do it one by one, then I will write it here. Meanwhile, I'm waiting if you know what is mad tabai. So mad badal is nothing but, what is it known as? Badal means exchange. So if you have a mad letter, which is, this is, what are your mad letters? You have 3 mad letters. Alif, waw, ya. What is the condition for it being mad? It should be empty, and before it should be a similar sounding haraka. So before alif you have fatha, before waw you have dhamma, and before ya you have kasra. So this is known as double A, u, e, 2 counts. This is mad tabai. Same thing, but in what you have is, before this you have a hamza. So it's a, u, e in actual with hamza. So with hamza, when this comes, this is no longer a mad tabai. You will call it a mad badal. It's exchanged. Sorry, it's badal. So this is what is mad badal. It is because of the exchange of a mad letter for the hamza. Like for example, imanukum. Here what has happened is, the original word actually had a hamza which was replaced by a mad. That is why it is known as mad badal. The reason why this is called mad badal is, for example, let me show you. we have a word called the name Adama, right? Originally, this word actually was a and Hamza Sukun, the ma, Adama. But this got replaced and exchanged for a mad. That is why this is known as a mad badal. My connection, I think, is going weak now, so maybe if I have connection problems, I might reconnect again. I'm not sure if you heard that part, but let me wait for a couple of more minutes. In case it's still weak, I might have to reconnect.